One of the best things about being a parent is that you watch all the kid shows that you watched as a kid and you feel extremely nostalgic. One of the things that I really want to get back to is the gym right now, because it feels like I'm just deteriorating slowly. But I'm not allowed to train until Monday. Oh, nej. Höjda! Pjong! Ska du trycka på hissen? Wow! Det tror jag glömt. Jag ska ta den! Jag tar den! Tack min älskling, vad snäll du är. Time to charge Il Apple Watch. That has got to be the loudest coffee brewer in the world. Today's going to be a short day here in the studio. I'm probably going to be going from location at around 1 p.m. and we're going to head down to Alexander's grandpa and grandma over the weekend, which is going to be great. I think it's going to be super fun. Don't know if I'm going to vlog the entire thing, but if I do, I'm going to bring you along. Yesterday's vlog took me exactly 1 hour to edit and post, and can't say it was that interesting though, but... Do you remember that I made this a while back, where I wrote down like the schedule and talked about how I wanted this to be like the main structure that I got? I have been trying to work out of this structure. What I have found to be pretty hard though is when I am recording my videos, because like I do have the least energy in the morning but the most around before lunch, but then before lunch I usually edit my vlogs, so still a little bit of a balance act. But I definitely think having a schedule like this is something that helps when you want to plan out your work days, especially if you're running your own business. This is one of the best lunch cafes that I've been at for the last 10 years. You always get a cup of coffee and a tiny bit of kaka. So it's a little bit of Swedish fika. Today I want to talk a little bit about products and free products and embargoes and everything that is within the realm of being an influencer and reviewing products. Because I was watching this video from a dude called Zach Ramelin. I've been enjoying his content a whole lot lately and I think it's great. And he talked about this whole embargo thing and why a lot of creators are dropping the same video at the same time. And I thought I'd dive a little bit deeper into that, because I know for a fact that when I wasn't an influencer, I don't like the word, but I don't like word. When I wasn't an influencer, when I was working at DHL, I kind of experienced the same thing. As soon as a new product dropped, there was a bunch of videos in my subscription feed. Everyone was talking about the same thing at the same date, at the same time. And I didn't really know why. And I always found it to be very strange. But then the more I got like into the whole creating videos for YouTube and this thing, I also experienced why it is like that. And it's something that's called embargo. If you don't know what that is, it's basically that you sign a non-disclosure agreement together with a company. So you can't talk about the product or show the product before a specific date and time. And that is usually what happens with Sony or DJI, for example. I get the product in advance to be able to make a video on it. And then when the product is released, I'm allowed to talk about it and post my videos. And with the example of the DJI Ronin 4D video and the music video, I've been having those videos done for the last like 4 weeks and I haven't been able to post them. So the feeling for me is that I'm super eager to let them out into the world so that people can see them and enjoy them. But what happens for you as the viewer is that you get bombarded with like a bunch of videos covering the exact same product and the exact same topic from a bunch of different creators. When you are in this position that I am in, one of the things that I'm starting to feel a little bit numb with is the amount of products that you get. I'm not complaining at all. I'm really grateful to be able to do this as a living. But the feeling that I had when I bought my first DJI Mavic Pro back in 2017 was mind-blowing. I remember that I've never spent that amount of money on a product before that was going to be up in the air, flying around. I felt so proud when I bought that. I had this feeling of accomplishment, and I really appreciated the hard work that went into buying this product. The same goes when I bought my first gimbal, which was the DJI Ronin S. The accomplishment of actually saving up the money and buying the product that I wanted to have was so big. And the same goes for my A7 III, my A7R III, and everything that I bought during my rise as a freelancer, if you may. And when you reach a point where I'm at right now, where I have on my main channel 500,000 subscribers plus, then that sense of accomplishment kind of disappears because you are simply sent all the products that you could ever imagine. And even though it's super awesome to be able to try them out before anyone else does, it kind of takes away that sense of accomplishment that I had when I bought my first products on my own in the beginning of my early stages as a filmmaker. And another thing that comes into mind when I'm talking about this is the value of the product. I remember when I bought my first gimbal, I thought it was so good. I wanted to learn everything about the gimbal. I wanted to get used to it. I wanted to use it for everything that I did. But now that I get products sent to me, and a new lens and a new gimbal, I don't really have the time to be able to try everything out, because it's more like, okay, yeah, this is a cool lens. I wonder what it does. Ooh, it's 2 ohms. And then you're back to going back to your old lenses that you've worked hard for. I mean, some of the lenses that I use still is my 28-75 Tamron that I have been abusing basically since I bought it back in 2018 when it was released. And this was a lot of money for me. And my Batis 85, still use it to this day, one of the best lenses that I got. And I also bought this in 2018. This, the 16-35, but these are the lenses that I use the most, even though I have access to almost every single lens that I could ever imagine right now. But as I said, I'm very grateful to be able to be in this position. It's not that I'm complaining. I think it's worth noting that if you're not in this position, don't feel bad because I'm talking about products that are new and expensive and latest and greatest, because they aren't. Some of the products I use here in the studio on a daily basis are the products that I bought a couple of years ago, and those are still the best tools for me to be able to do my work. Is this everything for the weekend? Bye bye, studio. Notte.